Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about Seeking Sister Wife season 3, right? Hold on. Yes, season 3, episode 2, called Irreconcilable Differences. Now, I think we all know who this is in reference to, the Merrifields. So, oh, what I meant to say, wow, this video is going to be all over the place. What I meant to say was I have recapped other shows. I have recapped episode 1, which will be in the eye and down below and on my channel in general, so be sure to check it out. And thank you for watching my recap / review, and keep watching. First up, we have the Merrifields. David, Danielle, and Garrick. Why do I keep calling him David? Anyway, the Merrifields. So today this episode, we get introduced to Danielle's side of the family. Her parents, Luann and Scott, come over every single day, they said. They want to spend time with Danielle. They want to spend time with their grandkids. I guess they don't live far away, so they come over to spend time with them. As I said in my recap for episode 1, it's like every time she says she's okay with it, she answers yes with a question. So I'm going to be like, are you okay with this? Yeah? Yeah? Like she's questioning herself. We know you're questioning it because we are also questioning the situation. But it's just her tone of voice. Like, she doesn't seem 100%. But anyway, so her parents kind of lay out that she said when she first told them, she said she grew up in a contemporary Christian home. Now, I was getting the vibe. I don't know why I was getting this vibe, but I thought that they were, is it the FLDS, the people who practice polygamy? It's like a certain sect in Utah. Anyway, for some reason, I thought that they practiced that religion. I didn't realize that she was like contemporary Christian. Because as far as I know, contemporary Christians don't believe in polygamy. But maybe that's a whole nother thing that I have not delved into and have no reason to. But anyway, so basically Danielle came to her parents and was like, hey, Garrick is saying that the Lord told him that he needs a second wife. Now, if my child ever did this, I would say, what? Your husband said what now? So basically her parents are making valid points. They're scared for their daughter in the situation. They said, he could up and leave Danielle. He could up and leave Roberta. Like, I don't know if I mentioned this I did mention it, but in order for Roberta to come here, Danielle and Garrick have to get a divorce. So once she signs that paper and gets a divorce, she is legally entitled to nothing unless he draws up a will, unless they draw up like some kind of court legalized document that said she would get something. Like, you're floating up a creek with no log. I know there's probably a saying there, but I totally butchered that. But anyway, what I'm saying is she is not protecting herself, and that's basically what her parents are worried about. So in this episode, we actually see them physically go into a courthouse and get a divorce. And we saw them in the parking lot, and they took off their rings before they went in. They like entered the courthouse separately at like a few paces behind each other to not make it seem like they were together. My question was, though, maybe someone who's into marital law can figure this out. Are they not technically lying to a judge? I mean, you're saying that our marriage cannot be fixed. And But that's not true. There's nothing wrong with your marriage. You're just getting a divorce so that you can bring someone here. So isn't that lying? But basically, once the judge asked Danielle, she broke down in tears because, oh, I definitely forgot to mention this first episode, but when her and Garrick were signing the online divorce papers, she mentioned that they had actually, like, toyed with the idea of getting divorced, and she said Garrick had printed off divorce papers from the computer for them to get a divorce before this whole sister wife situation. So this isn't the first time that divorce has been presented, but now you're actually going through with it. But yeah, I have to say though, Danielle was like breaking down in tears as this has happened. Garrick just became like red-faced, maybe tears in his eyes, not actually streaming down his face. What am I gonna say? At one point he was talking about them taking off the rings, and he's just like, let me try to do it next to the camera. It's just like, I've never taken off my rings before. Yeah, this really hurts me. I'm very upset about the situation. I don't want to upset Danielle. Are you catching what I'm trying to say here? Even after their divorce was finalized, he's just like so straight-faced, not showing much emotion. And I know that there are people in the world like that where they don't show much emotion. I mean, like I said, he had like some tears in his eyes, not actually flowing, and his cheeks were red. His eyes were like a little bit red. But he was just like so matter-of-fact about the situation. I would have been like, can you cry a little? Like, break down. She's over there bawling, needing tissues, and he's just like, I'm very upset that this is what we have to do to bring Roberta over here. But this is what we have to do. Okay. Anyway, we also get introduced to Danielle's brother and sister-in-law. Like I mentioned, he is estranged from his family because they are not with this type of lifestyle. So, they were celebrating her brother's birthday and their divorce on the same day. Yeah. So they were toasting to her brother, and he goes, and here's to bringing Roberta over here. And I'm like, sir, it's my birthday. Can we cut the... One day, can we not hear about Roberta? Anyway. So her brother actually brought up a valid point where her brother said, what happens, he didn't communicate this to their face, but in a confessional, he said, what happens if Garrick passes away? Is Danielle gonna have any rights? Because legally he will be married to Roberta. So technically, like, Danielle won't have access to anything because legally it's all Roberta's. Like, these are things that you need to have contingencies for. Everything needs to be established. That way everyone is on the same page, you know? And Samantha also said, this is her sister-in-law. Her sister-in-law said, are you sure this is going to work? As I previously mentioned, or maybe I didn't, they have known Roberta for 9 days, or been with her physically, like in the same area with her for 9 days out of 365. And she's like, what if y'all are all goo goo gaga? That's vacation goo goo gaga. You haven't even brought her over here to reality. You don't know if you're gonna mesh well. You really don't. They're really like playing with a lot of factors here. I mean, and then, someone asked, what if this doesn't work? What if her 90-day fiancé visa does not work? And then Garrick lays it out to the family. Oh, we're going to move to where she is. We're going to, not necessarily where she is, but he goes, we're going to move to a country so that all three of us can be together. And I know, I was talking about Garrick dropping the bomb, that if Roberta's 90-day fiancé visa does not get approved, that they're willing to pack up the entire family and move to a country where they can all be together. And I'm just like, what? Her mom gave her a look like, what? She's like, if she's willing to come here for us, why can't we move there for her? And I'm like, normally I would be like, yeah, sure. You guys move, do whatever you want. But now you're also uprooting your children to go to a country that, who knows what country they would have gone to. Are you going to Brazil? Y'all don't know the language. Are you going to Europe? Who says that y'all can live this lifestyle over there? You know, it's just a lot of unknowns. I kind of feel like they're flying into this blind. At least that's what it appears from the outside. What I'm trying to say is all the factors have not been laid out and all the factors have not seemed to be addressed yet. That's all I'm saying. Okay, the Joneses. Oh, I thought I didn't write it down. I did. So Tasha and Sidian. So we didn't see a lot of Sidian. We saw a lot of Tasha. And basically in this episode, she reveals that she has a strange relationship with her mom named Teresa. And she's going to her mom's house to kind of tell her what's been going on because she doesn't want her mom to hear it, like through the grapevine, that her and Sidian are looking into seeking a sister wife. So she got there and she gives her mom like some pictures and her mom's looking through it, and then her mom drops the bombshell and was like, I know what y'all were doing over there. And she kind of stumbles a little bit and she's like, what? Wait, what? How'd you know? And she's like, I have my sources. But yeah, the mom was asking questions. Jeez, sorry, not y'all. Her mom was asking questions like, are you in a cult? Her mom was like, how many wives do you want? And these are all important questions, you know, is once you do find someone that fits with your family, are you guys going to be done? Or is Sidian going to come to you later on? Or are you going to go to Sidian and be like, I want another one? Like, these are important questions. And she actually said that she might want kids later. So that is also something that they need to figure out, because that's going to be an important factor. Sidian already has 3 kids. She, you know, her and the new sister wife might want kids. That's a lot, because if you think about it, like, Sidian has his 3 kids, but it's 2 mothers of his kids, like 2 separate mothers. So to have that plus the sister wife plus Tasha, that's a lot of moving parts. But, you know, I guess they'll cross that bridge when they get to it. And she also told her mom, like, she's comfortable in this situation. She's like, I was a second sister wife. I know how it feels. I know the process. And she's like, I'm okay with this. I'm ready for this, which I do agree. She has some experience in being a sister wife, so she kind of knows what to expect. So, yeah. Good for them. Once again, mature in the situation, unlike someone that I don't think I need to mention. Snowdens. Dimitri and Ashley, yes. So Crystalline has arrived. She has landed in LA. The blonde bombshell, as Dimitri likes to call her. But yeah, she is so excited to be there. She's like, I'm so excited. I just want to jump up and down. And she's like giving both of them hugs and stuff. And she actually says in the car, Dimitri is fire. I'm like, oh, she likes him, you know? And listen to this, y'all. They have also established rules that there will be no intimacy between Dimitri and Chrissy. So she has her own separate bedroom. She's like, we learned our lesson the last time. So there will be no intimacy going on. And I'm like, good for y'all. Like, y'all know what's up. These are the rules. Everyone knows the rules. Good for y'all. Anyway, so Crystalline actually in a confessional says, hey, I know that they're trying to get to know me. I'm also trying to get to know them. She's like, this is my first time entering into this type of relationship. She's like, I need to make sure that I'm making a good decision, not just for me, but also for my girls. She's like, I'm watching how they speak to other people. Are they respecting me? I'm looking at how they interact with my kids. Like, as I put here, she is not going into this willy-nilly. Like, she is making sure that all the boxes are checked before she just, jumps right into this. And she actually says that her family does not know the real reason she's in America. Her family thinks that she's just like on vacation visiting a friend. So what Ashley said about that was she's vetting us as much as we're vetting her, because I don't think Demetria and Ashley had told their family that they are back into the dating scene for a sister wife. So yeah, and they're for it. They're like, good, we want to make sure that this is going to work out. So in order for that to happen, we all have to be looking and trying to make this work. So yeah, like I said, they seem to be the most ready, most mature about the situation. They know what they want, they know what they don't want, and they're looking for it. So yep. Okay, so like I previously said, we find out, well, slow roll. So Kayla is not moving into the house. Basically what had happened was, or basically what's happening is she's staying with her friends. And we find out why she's not moving in, and it was a disagreement between Vanessa and Kayla. And what had happened was Vanessa works and Kayla's kind of in charge of the household. And Vanessa said that she came home one day and the microwave had like soup splattered all over it. And Vanessa basically chewed Kayla out and made it seem like it was her fault. So Kayla packed up all her stuff that night and left and has not been back since. And yeah. So Vanessa and Kayla actually worked it out while Gerard was out. And Kayla said that she felt like she was a maid at times because, like I said, her role was kind of to take care of the household. So she said she felt like a maid. She felt like she wasn't, because Vanessa kind of chewed her out about her one duty or one area that's supposed to be hers, she felt like she wasn't contributing. She's like, this is the one area that I'm supposed to be taking care of and I failed. So she said she felt like, why am I even here? Do they even need me type of situation? She just felt like she wasn't contributing. She also said that when she left, she got 2 jobs and she's like, I feel like I'm actually doing something by getting these jobs. So it seems like she said she let her personal goals go by the wayside once she joined the family. And she has said, I love the family. I love this dynamic. But it seems like she just doesn't want to be like a housewife. She just doesn't want to sit at home all the time. She wants to go out. She wants something for herself. And yeah, that's how she feels. I mean, not everyone wants to stay at home. If that's what you want, then great. Some people still want to work. Some people still want to do this, do that. And she just felt like she wasn't being valued the way that she could be. I mean, at one point, Vanessa's like, here's my one thing. I had an issue with their argument because it would be like Kayla would try to make a point and then Vanessa would start talking over her. And I didn't like that. It's like, how are you going to say, do you want to talk about this? And then as she's expressing herself, you not even cut her off, but start talking over her. why would you ask her if she wants to explain herself if you're just going to talk over her? You know what I'm saying? It made no sense to me. But yeah. I mean, at one point, Vanessa was like, you not only hurt me, but you hurt the king, you hurt the kids. And I was like, excuse me, referring to her husband as the king. I know that's what he wants, but that would be weird. But to each their own. But yeah, that is the Clarks. I guess we're going to see as time goes on, you know, are they able to resolve this dynamic? Can Kayla find something that like brings her joy besides just staying home? Because that's not bringing her joy. So, yep. And that's the end of this recap. Okay, that's the end of the recap. As I said in episode 1, yes, episode 1. What did it? I literally tried to slow down speaking so that I could remember what I was trying to say, and I forgot. Episode 1. Oh, that couple or family that I talked about, the one guy with the 2 women interviewing the 3rd woman, they weren't in this episode either. So I think, if I remember correctly, that they're definitely going to be in next episode. Maybe that's another fake out. I don't know. But yeah. I would like to see what's going on there, because he seems like a polygamous, like Sister Wives, Cody Brown type of situation. So, yeah. So what do you guys think of the show? What are your thoughts on the show? I think it's a good show. Like I said, TLC knows how to do it. My feet are killing me as ending, you guys. It's the season finale, and I'm like, how? Like, I really like the show, but also I can't watch the show because I just be looking at the show and I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you do that? How are you handling that? How are you just sitting there touching people's feet? Whew. Oh my. Okay. Anyway, like I said, that's the end of my recap review. Like this video, comment below on episode 2 or seeking Sister Wife in general, and subscribe to my channel. Yep, that's the 3rd thing. Okay, thank you. Bye.